Yes. Oh, so excited. Okay, so this morning I went and picked up our beef order. We just got a fourth of a cow butchered. So we get a custom beef order and I'm so excited. I got more stew meat to make more beef stew canning. And I also got beef soup bones this year, which I'm so excited about to make beef broth. We all know I've dabbled in chicken broth, but this year I also want to dabble in turkey and beef as well. I love homemade broth. I think it's such a game changer and it's virtually like a free product at the end of the day. So I need to get this organized in my freezer. My freezer is currently not the most organized, so I need to get all this organized and put in the freezer and get my freezer organized. I wanted just to hop on and explain that I think it's really important to have relationships with farmers that are close to you. Not only does that shorten your supply chain, you're also eliminating emissions, you're helping local businesses, and you're building community. I really am excited to finally have beef again. We've been out for quite some time and I've had to buy it from the store. So with everything going on store-wise, I think it's really important to have sources outside of the grocery store. That's one thing I always talk about, especially with my garden. It's really nice to have connections in ways that you can get food that's not just your typical run to the grocery store. I think it's important to know. I think it's important to learn. I think it's important for community. I definitely need to do better on the whole community thing. I'm a very closed off person, so I don't do that well with community, but we're getting better. I'm so excited to be making more beef stew. I believe I got roughly 20-30 pounds of beef stew, so very, very excited about that. Let me see if all this is ground. Okay, all that's ground beef. I think all of this is ground beef as well. Oh, I forgot. Oh, wow. Okay, so what's really cool about getting your beef butchered is you have the request of beef bones, like I just talked about. You also have stuff like the tongue. We actually got those cuts for my dog so we can dry him liver and all of that jazz. Another cool thing about doing your custom beef is you get to choose the different cuts. So I got a bunch of different roasts. I got a bunch of stew meat. I got a bunch of ground beef, obviously. And then I got a handful of different steaks as well. Wow. That's the heart. Crazy. All right. We are organized. I'm sorry if this clip's audio completely sucks, but I feel like I need to record this. My mic is somewhere over here. I'm locked in the chicken coop and I don't have help for the next like 1 to 2 hours at the earliest. So I was putting everything back in the coop. I literally just set this back down and I heard the door latch behind me. Normally this isn't a problem. Like typically you have to like pull it to latch it, but our wind today is so strong. I was able to dig 2 small sticks underneath, but unfortunately they're not strong enough to even really be able to budge the latch. Luckily enough I had my phone, but I don't have my water, which I am actually pretty parched since I did just move this 1,000 pounds of sand. I was about to go inside for the day, but apparently my chicken coop wants to spend some good quality time together. So yesterday, first thing, we ran and got more sand, and I got all of the sand into the coop and then cut open, and let me just tell you how difficult that was. That was 1,500 pounds of sand that I technically moved twice, and then also like lifted up 50-pound bags while dumping it. I am so sore. I have not done that type of lifting minus like when I move soil in this garden quite often. I did used to do bodybuilding, and a lot of people ask me, so when I quit bodybuilding 5 years ago now, I also just completely canceled my gym membership. One reason for wanting an outdoor hobby was I knew it would keep me more active, and gardening definitely does that. The sand definitely kicked my butt, but I know that's just getting me prepared for all the rock we're gonna end up getting delivered. So we have not made this order yet. It's kind of been on the back burner just because of all the spring projects we've really had. We are going to be filling in all of these pockets with rock and around the chicken coop. So we're going to be having probably quite a bit of rock delivered, and that's going to require us putting landscape fabric down and moving rock, which I'm sure will be a lot more difficult than moving 50-pound bags of sand. Even though when I was putting them in the wheelbarrow, I was moving like 250 at a time. So I'd be like deadlifting that. My shoulders, everything is so sore. I was telling my husband that was a great workout. We did not get the majority of what we wanted to get done accomplished yesterday. And then with all this rain, with it being so on and off, we can't just bring power tools out, and we can only really work on this on the weekend. So we are hoping to get the girls out this next weekend. I would go ahead and put them out, but they need a ladder, and the coop isn't fully closed off yet. They're fine in my basement. It's kind of just been annoying because they are at the point where they do need to go out. So I have been having to clean their area like every few days just to make sure everything stays clean and they're happy. So I've been giving them lots of treats just as a, hey, I'm sorry. I got them a really cool thing. But either way, enough rambling on that. I need to do some harvesting today. I have mint chamomile that I need to dry. I need to get the rest of the scapes. I'm pretty sure everything has gone to scape now. I think the rest that I've been waiting on have finally curled. I also need to do some beets, some various other things. So today's going to be another harvest day. It's another gloomy, rainy day. Again, we have not had the best of luck the last like week and a half. We were really good there, but it's just been really rainy lately, so. So this thing is my go-to method of dehydrating for herbs and flowers, mostly because those things don't like to have a heat setting. It will change everything. This is an herb hanger. I love this. It's massive. It's big. Has 4 separate compartments to where you can dry different things at different times. I currently have 2 batches of chamomile in here that are done. I'm going to go ahead and get them out and get these things in here. But I have this linked down below if you're interested. It's one of my favorite things, and I think it's I believe it's less than $20 on Amazon. So definitely get your hands on it. So when you have abundant harvest, it's really nice just because you can shove things in there and not have to worry about a huge dehydrator. It does take a little bit more time, but yeah. So as far as the beets go, I will actually be slicing up the actual beet and dehydrating them and making a beet powder for smoothies and throwing into juices and such. And then I'm going to be slicing up these stems and leaves, throwing them in a freezer bag, and I will be using those for stock purposes in the upcoming weeks. Kind of like I did with the celery and also the garlic scapes. Really great way to add flavor without adding the actual root or vegetable. And I wanted to let you guys know that. There's so many ways that you can use all of your scraps for stock before like throwing them in your compost or doing anything like that. You can get multiple uses out of some of your harvest, which I absolutely love doing. And lastly, we have the peas. I am so excited about all the harvest of peas I'm getting. I've never been successful like this with peas. I think I've gotten like a handful of peas before. This is my 3rd attempt at growing peas. They will probably be dying off come the next few weeks, and I will replant those trellises with green beans and then also replant in the fall with peas. I'm hoping that I get a few more harvests that I'm able to like freeze and blanch at least like a whole freezer bag amount, but I love using these for stir fry. I think I'm actually going to use these for like a teriyaki stir fry tonight. Ooh, or I might make peanut noodles or like peanut butter noodles. I have not done that in a very long time either.